Good evening, everybody. Good evening and welcome. Good evening. Please, may we have our seats, please? Thank you very much. Good evening. Please, can we settle down? Get somewhere to sit. Can we settle down and grab a seat somewhere? Thank you very much. Good evening, everybody. Thank you for being here today. We know most of us are busy people, but you take out time to come here today, so we really do appreciate it. My name is Mai Atafo. I am a tailor by day, and at night, I'm just a guy. Sometimes I get bullied to do things like this that I do normally, which is actually become a compere or master of ceremony, as the case may be. So I literally will be the one trying to manage the situation today to ensure that there is a flow and we engage with you guys as best as we can. Welcome to the second live auction for ARTSPLIT. I would assume that everybody knows about ARTSPLIT, and if you do, I want to hope that you have your wallets all fully funded today, because today we will be celebrating and also trading 5 major artists in this country. We'll be trying our possible best not to buy over the not to buy over the 500,000 units that we have, and also look at the 5 lucky people that will be going away with art pieces on lease today. So again, for us that do not know how this works, I will try to be as brief as possible to explain how ARTSPLIT works. So literally, it's an art trading technology-driven app where you can actually bid for units of an artwork. So I'll explain that. I like to explain in layman's terms. So this amazing piece here right now is broken down into 100,000 units. Now, anybody can actually bid for any amount of units in here. You can actually bid for everything and buy all the units if you want to. Again, you can buy any part of it. So you're buying into this amazing piece of work. Now, why would I buy into this? What does it do for me? You don't have to be an art lover. You can just be someone that actually just likes to, keep your money somewhere that's valuable. If I decide to buy 100 units at, say, 5 naira, okay? And the units are being bought by other people at different prices. It's key to keep up on the app what the highest value per unit is going for. Because if I buy at 5 naira and someone comes to buy at 10 naira and they have more units than I'm subscribing for, I fall off the chart because my value is smaller. So to be in the game, I have to have a value that at least keeps me in the game, okay? Now, once the bid is closed and the units are sold, we assume they are sold completely, there is the secondary market. Now, in the secondary market, I can look at this thing and decide that if the highest bid is 100 or 10 naira per unit or 100 naira per unit or whatever the figure is per unit, but I love the piece so much and want the piece of the action because I believe that this piece will have growing value as time goes on, I can decide to buy off somebody that already has existing units, although the person will decide if he wants to sell or not. So if I bought 100 units at 100 naira and somebody wants to pay me 500 naira per unit, I can sell my units to him, mean I already make a profit. I do not own it, I own a piece of it. So I relinquish that to get some money. On the second hand, if you love this so much and you want it on your wall, I don't have a wall as big as this in my house, but if I did, I want to cover my window, I could do a lease, which I can bid again for that, which is now the lease part of this. And if I win the bid, I can take this home and have it on my wall, where I can flaunt to my friends that I paid a huge sum of money for this art piece. For the period of time it will be with me, it won't be with me for life. So it could be 3 months, 6 months, or a year. And this would be in my house for that period, okay? And that's how the second part works. The other part, which is where the artists actually own it's kind of an open market. If you're an artist or you're an art dealer or you own a gallery, you can get your artist to actually list their artwork on ARTSPLIT. And the way it works is that we have a core committee that values this and estimates what the value will be literally before it goes into the open market. They also check for authenticity, ensure it is what it is, and if it's worthy enough to be on the platform. And that way is open to anyone to list their work on it, okay? So this is new, this is different. This is a way for those of us that know or do not even know art to be a part of the game. Today, especially, we are here for the 5 artists you can see on the wall. Amazing. And we are going to be part of the process of bidding for our own little units of this. Last time we did it, it was very heated. People were doing everything they could to get units and also get the art pieces in their own possession so they could have it under the lease, okay? We have experts around. I can always point them out to you if you have any questions. We also have the booklets or the brochure. I hope this is going around. Can we have this go around to the guests so they can also see this, because you have some literature about this on there. I've overdone my time. So I'd like to do a proper introduction to why we're here and more about the app. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Efe, who's going to do an introductory speech for us. Please, a round of applause for her, please.
Thank you very much, Mai. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming through for ARTSPLIT and this exhibition. So on behalf of the management of ARTSPLIT, I indeed welcome each and every one of you here present to this maiden edition, because we are working on more of MOCONA, an ode to mastery. With the continuous explosion in the consumption and adoption of African art in the global market, we have curated MOCONA, a modern and contemporary Nigerian art auction to further put African art and artists at the forefront. We are leveraging a global audience via the ARTSPLIT app, where our users can experience, invest, and earn from them. And I think that's very key for each and every one of us. We hope that today's gathering, the culmination of the past 2 weeks auction and exhibition, will further drive the visibility of African art as critical when it comes to global view of viewing African art as an investment grade. More importantly, we are facilitating a key long-term partnership with the relevant communities. Without a doubt, MOCONA has contributed to the rising profile of our esteemed participating artists, and definitely it has introduced them to a new audience, art collectors and investors alike, which will only push their investment grade status. In a nutshell, ARTSPLIT's vision is to develop the African art ecosystem through technology and co-ownership. So ladies and gentlemen, please give yourselves a round of applause once again for being part of history. Thank you. Finally, I would like to acknowledge our participating artist, Abiodun Olaku. We thank you for being here. Edosa Ogigo. I apologize. We thank you for being here. Eldrag Okwoju. I also hope I got that right. Thank you for being here. And of course, Oliver Onwonwu, who is supposed to be on via video. Okay. But we also thank you. And we thank you for graciously collaborating with us to create the Ode to Mastery. Indeed, ARTSPLIT and the entire African art ecosystem, we are better for it. And without much ado, I want to just say the bidding will open very, very soon. I have one I'm eyeing. I'm going to take it home. I've told it to everybody, but I want each and every one of you to definitely download the app. Our team is here to take you through that process and let the bidding begin. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Efe. Not to forget, he's under the weather. He was meant to be here, but he's under the weather. He still said he will make it, but may not make it for the panel session. Is Duke Asaduri. So we'll still be expecting him. We'll be going into a small panel session where we'll be inviting the artists themselves to, to sit here when we'll be asking a few questions about, their work and about their journey. So that way we can appreciate more of what we're trying to buy into. Right now we have a small video about ARTSPLIT that we would like you to watch. So please, if you may, eyes on the TV screen as the video plays.
ARTSPLIT is an arts trading technology company that enables one buy into investment-grade African art by blending digital technology and the experience of a global network of experts. Anyone can have full ownership or own shares of prestigious African artworks tradable in real time using the ARTSPLIT app. It is an interactive space that provides users with access to sign up, participate in live auctions, bids, trades, portfolio management, as well as access to invest and lease African artworks. The app also provides social engagement functions such as community building amongst users. With ARTSPLIT, you can invest in an artwork either in the primary market, which involves creating, viewing, searching, and bidding art listings in various categories, or in the secondary market, which allows buying, selling, viewing, trading arts in various asset categories. The exciting social features allows users to create and view posts, like and comment on posts, search and view and follow masters, creators, and splitters timelines. Also, the term splits or units is used by ARTSPLIT to represent a fraction of the artwork, which can be owned by a user through auction and is managed as an asset within their portfolio. To purchase art, you can bid for an artwork in auction on the primary market by selecting your preferred artwork. Input the number of splits you want and the value you would like to buy them for. For full ownership of an artwork, you need to select one that has 100,000 splits available for auction and bid for all 100,000 splits. On the ARTSPLIT platform, there is only one method of payment, the funds that are in your ARTSPLIT wallet. Withdrawals, transfers using the ARTSPLIT wallet are possible and convenient, and account upgrades are automatic. ARTSPLIT Limited is a private limited liability company incorporated under the laws of several federal republics, including Nigeria, Ghana, and the United Kingdom. ARTSPLIT's portfolio of iconic works and artists strongly positions anyone to gain from the arts market by being granted accessibility, ease of trade, and the ability to earn dividends on your owned assets. You can install the app by searching ARTSPLIT on Google Play Store for Android users or the App Store for iOS devices and install the app. For web users, you can visit www.artsplit.com. After installation, you can open an ARTSPLIT account using social logins, for instance, Google, Facebook, or simply enter your preferred name, email address, and password. Trading, listing of artwork, account funding, purchasing, and more features are only accessible after a user has registered by creating an account with a password. To validate your account, you need to complete your phone number and email address verification and complete your KYC. So what are you waiting for? Join the ARTSPLIT community, download the app now, and start trading.
Thank you very much. I think you did a better job than me trying to explain how this works. Today we'll be experiencing a live one. So apart from the live ones we're having today, you can always go online to actually bid because you have live bid going on the app. Now that's where all the action happens. It doesn't happen physically all the time. At this point in time, we would like to have a small fireside chat with the artists that we have present here today. Once again, I would like to call my paddy, Effie, to please step up because she'll be moderating this session.
Thank you again, Mai. Before I even get to that, I would just want to say thank you to some of the sponsors that we have here. The real estate development company of VFD Group, Herel. We would like to say thank you. If we can give them a round of applause, please. Nigerian Breweries and the brand Tiger that is here, again, giving us drinks, please. Whispering Angel, my best, because I've had a glass already, for sponsoring this event. Please, let's give them a round of applause. Okay, so to the main matter, I would like to invite Abiodun Olaku, please. Can you take a seat?
A round of applause as he comes to take a seat.
Okay, I would like to have you, Edosa, please. Take a
round
seat.
Of applause
a round
for
of applause,
Edosa
please.
as he comes.
And then, well, not finally, but can I have you, Eldrag? Okay, you want to stand? Okay, if that's the case, I'll stand as well.
We're supposed to be having Oliver on live link. If we can get that to happen, that'll be great. Okay, in the course of the event, if you can join, that'll be great.
Okay, so I would just ask the very first question. There are a couple of them a couple of the works that definitely piqued my interest. I think Portrait of the Beggar was one of them. So permit me to start my first, or ask you my first question. What does your art represent?
Yeah. Okay. Hello. Good evening, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here. This program has drawn me out of my comfort zone. I'm hardly within public space. You know, it's my work that speaks for me most of the time. But it's a new leaf for me. You know, interaction with the exclusive community, okay, the exclusive community that my work finds favor with, you know, as an artist. And it's always a pleasure to share some of our hidden experiences with them. So it's, I'll start with your question about the war. As you can see, it's dated 1994. And the beggar's story is something I just stumbled on. I'm a member, a founding member of, and a trustee of the Universal Studios of Art. We're based at the National Theatre. The setting here is our original location, you know, at the theatre. I've been there all my life, by the way. After I finished national service in 1982, I was employed as a cultural officer. Getting the job was what we were used to in those days. There really wasn't an art industry in place then, so the inspiration wasn't there to take off as a full-time artist. So I followed my seniors and got employment, you know, just to have a stream of steady income. In the course of doing that, the National Gallery of Modern Art, where I started off, as it was called then, was not autonomous. It was a section under the Department of Culture. And the collection, the national collection therein, was managed by that section, headed by late Shino Yusuf, one of our seniors and mentors, you know, who headed the section there. Part of my responsibility as a cultural officer then was to oversee the affairs of the artists in residence, you know, at the National Studios then under the wings of the gallery. So that was where it was a ramshackle, you know, structure like that, you know, and housed the likes of B.C. Fake, late Francis Osagwe, Monday Ahidwe. All these people are late now, you know, and a few others, you know. But it's where some of us had our roots. People like me, like Bumi Babatunde, who is currently the chairman of Universal Studios. So it was while there that these beggars came to beg for alms. And I talked to this is not it was a team of beggars, you know, led by one elderly man. They were all blind. They were all blind, and I looked at them and the range of emotions, you know, ran through me, and I said, okay, let me see if I can just record some of these things for posterity. Well, this is something it's a phenomenon that we're used to. But I don't know, there was something that stirred within me looking at them. I just thought about it, that how these people could live life without enjoying the things that we, you know, enjoy, because we had our organs, you know, intact, working, and they seemed happy and things. So I begged them, and they agreed to pose for me. I took some pictures because they were on the move. I did a study of the leader, the man, you know. There was something I did, but I don't know where it is now, actually. It's been collected. I had this for a while, and eventually it got sold sometime in I think about 2 years after or so. But it just tells the story of beggars on the job, you know, who are compelled to face life in their own unique way with the very, very their challenges they must have as blind people, you know. So I just recorded that as one of the experiences I had along the way. Sadly, the owner of the work passed on sometime last year. He was a friend, you know. We used to call him CY. Dosa would remember him very well. And he built up a very nice collection, an enviable collection, because he played a role when we moved from that old studio to the current one where we are now. We faced a little crisis then, because we were forcefully removed from that place. That was a story for another day. But he came along through a colleague of mine, who's late also, Shingo, Alex Shingo. Some of the senior collectors there would know Shingo. Shingo was my classmate and very good friend. And it was one of the social outings around the Abegi at the theater that he met him. He was a liaison officer with the Delta State liaison office, just behind us there in Ijora. and he used to hang out at the theater. So that's how we met, and we became friends. And when we had that little crisis, it was a godsend, because he helped by patronizing most of the artists, in the collective. And we had a show at the Russian Cultural Center. I think that was where this was bought then. And he collected a few items along the way. When he passed, the wife didn't know what to do with the collection. But we got to know, Babatunde and myself, and we raised some funds and bought some of the collection back. Let me say the bulk of it. And happily for me, I had about 5 of my pieces there. So yes, I had sold them, remaining to when Nonso stumbled on this, in the studio, and more or less caused me to releasing for this show. That's why it's here. Okay. And I really didn't want to part with it, but when he explained that I had to be part of this new concept, I told him, it's too technical for me.
He's going to someone's house today. He's definitely going to someone's house today.
I can risk this small item, because it's small. That's why you see it's the smallest piece here. Because I was still
small but mighty.
Yeah, I was still skeptical, about the whole thing. I said, okay, let me try, make this a guinea pig.
Not a problem. I think I'll move to you, El Drag. Your painting is definitely the biggest one here. I wouldn't talk about any controversy surrounding it, but I would like to know the inspiration behind it because it's quite interesting. Okay, thank you, Oliver, for joining us. We have Oliver online. We'll get to you in a bit. Please bear with us.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I want everybody to understand I'm not very used to this kind of things. I'm not used to being in this kind of position and people asking me questions and all that, cameras pointing at me. Ordinarily, I would have drunk, I didn't prepare for it, I would have drunk 3 bottles of stout before coming to sit here. But since I'm here already, let me just flow with it. So what was your question?
I'm going to repeat myself again.
Yes.
But just want to know, what does your art represent?
Okay, let me tell you the genesis. Sometime in May, I was on the phone with Nonso, and he told me about a program that they want to start. And they called it ARTSPLIT. They want to auction the works of some artists. I think at that particular time, he was with Abiodun Olaku. And I was like, said, do I have anything I want to present? Yes, I have some works that are here with my boss, Mr. Billy Osemi in Lagos, and some with him, himself, and also. But I said, okay, let me give it a shot. Let me make something new. And it was like he wants me to do what best represents El Drag. So I said, okay. So I got a canvas out and got to work. I had to use a palette knife, a knife throughout. Or if I'd used brush, maybe by this time next year, we'll still be waiting for this job. Yes, because when I work with a knife, I work with a knife all the way. My brushes go on holiday when I'm working with the knives, So I started it. And the only thing that would come to my mind was my favorite subject, the female form. And why is the female form my favorite subject? I'll ask you the question, what was the last thing God created? Woman. And in all of nature, all of the living things, what is the most sublime and the most beautiful thing you can see? The only thing that runs the female form a close second is the butterfly. Everything that is embodied in the female form, in my opinion, is a correction of all the errors that God made when he was creating man.
Very deep.
So, and then if you look at the female form, they use this expression figure 8. What is figure 8? 8 is 2 zeros, one placed on top of each other. That is the hourglass shape of a woman. And then if you look at, you take it further, if you put the figure 8 sideways, it represents the symbol of infinity, which is also the symbol of continuity. And what does woman represent? Procreation. So
very deep. Preach. Preach.
So if you take it, like when I was painting it, I was posting videos, and somebody said, I think when I was working on the breast, somebody cited what my teacher used to tell us in school: leave the breast alone. Yes, because my teacher, the late Paomo Sagi, when you focus on the breast, I think the nipple has a tendency to hypnotize you. You just keep drawing and drawing, going around in the circle. You know. But you see, the truth about it is that the breast, the two of them coming together, is also the symbol of infinity. The 8 is also represented there. Then on the back side, if any man here tells me that a woman with a rippling backside walks by him and his head does not turn, please go and check the man out. A lot of us pretend, we just lie a lot. We lie. We pretend we don't see. We all, every man has red blood in his vein. Yes. It's represented in the backside. Also, the same symbol of infinity. So, what drives it, I do not know. A lot of people attach it to sexuality. It is not true.
Yeah.
You know, a thing of beauty is not necessarily about your emotion. Sex is one thing. As an artist, and every artist will tell you that, experience has taught me, when they pose a nude figure in front of you, and you really want to function as an artist and draw, your sexuality goes to the very, very remote recesses of your mind. Because you start seeing that figure at some point, you see it just in terms of lines, shapes, and colors. Just the same way you see any other object that you are drawing. When you really focus, if you see the sexuality, you will never do that work.
You will not finish. Definitely.
That is the truth. So it is not associated. My art is inspired by the beauty of the best thing that God created, the female form. That's all I have to say.
Thank you very much for that. Thank you very much, Eldrag. I think my next question will go to Edosa, definitely. So I would like to know, and I guess everyone here as well, what inspired your work? And hopefully it's not just...
Should I stand on existing protocol?
Yes, please.
First, I want to say I'm glad to be here because my little stint in advertising tells me that no matter how well prepared a product is, if it's not properly packaged and put on the right shelf for the right target audience, that product may never, ever find its rightful space. So for that, I would love to thank the ARTSPLIT group and all the supporters for dreaming it fit for Nigerian artists to have something indigenous to put on the plate of the global art market. Thank you. Having said that, now we live in our dream, right? Now, going to London almost on a yearly basis to paint became something, I think I started 2011. But on this particular trip, if you are used to the city of London, where we all visit is Peckham to get our foodstuff. But this time my studio was sandwiched between Westfield and what was that Canary Wharf. My studio was in Bromley by Bow. And I had visited this market a couple of times. And one day, you know, when the when the cold was getting off, I think it was April, May, I said to myself, I was standing opposite the market to get a bus to take me back to the studio. I looked at this market. I said, how come I have never done a drawing? Is it because of the cold? Is it because I'm rushing back to the studio to get my groove? So I did a quick sketch. Then on my next visit, I realized that I needed to do a proper sketch. I did some shots with my phone. And so the question came, what would you want to show? First, the attraction for me was the relativity. I mean, I go there to buy my cow leg that I use for my soup. But it is not a typical Nigerian that is selling me the cow leg. It's the Paki, we call them Paki, the Pakistanis. They are the ones that sell cow leg in the market. And the vegetables are sold by them also. So I then said to myself, so these people must have seen, because stories we heard growing up is that Oyinbo, they know they chop momo. But these people, they are selling cow leg. You know, we see everybody as Oyinbo. We don't know which one is Indian, which one. And this was London anyway. So that was the first inspiration. And I had never really thought I would paint an open market, being in London. But I think the essence of the painting was to see how we have been able to influence developed cultures by what we do. Even if you go to Tesco's and the rest of them, they now sell Maggi, they sell dry fish. So I just thought, okay, I have this as part of your collection in London, because I also don't like coming by with my paintings because the economics wouldn't work out. If you pay so much to hire a studio for 5-6 months, I mean, 1 month will pay you your whole year's rent here. So when Nonso again, the same Nonso, but yes, he came calling, and I was saying, oh, is this not who Epa told me of? I call Palako Epa, because I mean, so he started saying, this work. I said, oh God, this work is in London, or is in storage. He said, but that's what we want. I said, the economics may not work. He said, look, we are building a global platform. I think I went off a bit, but he kept coming, a persistent knockout. So, I didn't say that. So I said to him, okay, I'll take your word for it. I'll bring the work. So I had to ship this in. So essentially, it was about me documenting history, because I believe that I owe it a responsibility as a visual artist to do, visual documentation of what I experience, what other people experience, especially things that we can connect with. No matter what we want to talk about development, if the artist is not conscious of his environment to make visual documentation, in a couple of years from now, we might end up importing Oyimbos again to do what we ought to do. Essentially, that was it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Edusat. Do we still have Oliver on? Okay. Hi, good evening, Oliver. Can you hear me? Okay. There's no sound.
I can hear you very clearly.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Awesome. Nice to have you. We'll close out with this final question to you. What is the best piece of advice you have received during your career as an artist?
That's a difficult one. You waited to give me the most difficult question. It's easier to talk about
Not at
my
all.
art.
Not at all.
Okay, well, first of all, let me follow the line of my respected colleagues. I think we must give honor to whom honor is due. ARTSPLIT has done extremely well with this platform. I think is something that is very innovative and debunks the notion that art is elitist. But when many people can own a piece of art at the same time, and buy shares of art at the same time, then it supports the fact that art is no longer elitist, but it's made for everyone and for anyone. And I think that this is just a first in many steps to go. For instance, I always say to friends and colleagues and collectors alike that when we have a platform like this, and we have a way that we'll be able to take our masterpieces to the bank and are able to get loans using our works as collateral, that's when I know that Nigerian African art has reached the pinnacle where it ought to be. So having said that, what's the best piece of advice I've ever received? I think the best thing I've ever received in terms of advice is for me to read and keep reading. There's this saying that if you want to hide anything from a black man, put it in the book. And I think that it's very important for artists to expand their mind, because it enables you to not only expand your vocabulary, you expand your ideas, you imbibe new perspectives, and it makes you to travel around the world, understand other cultures even better, and appreciate your own culture. Forge your own identity, and take your place on the local and the international stage. So that's the best piece of advice I've ever received.
Okay, please, a round of applause. Thank you, Oliver. Just to point out, your work is going home with me. I'm telling everybody, please stay away from that piece. But
I'm so happy to hear that.
On behalf of ARTSPLIT and definitely MOCONA, I want to say thank you to everyone present. Olaku, Edosa, Eldrags, thank you for coming, honoring us with your paintings and your works. I think that just closes it out. Thank you very much. Over to you, Mai.
Thank you very much, Oliver. And even though Duke is not here, we'd like to say thank you to him too. Thank you very much. You may take your seats. Now it's time for the real action. At this point in time, I want everyone, if you do not have ARTSPLIT on your phone, please go to your Play Store or App Store to download it now. Fund your wallet, because the bidding and the primary market for all these 5 amazing pieces starts now, okay? And if you do have the app on your phone, please go to your phone and look for the particular artwork so we can start. I think we're starting with...
End of this year, December,
we're going to start.
We'll mark 40 years I've been around here. When people like us came onto the scene, there really wasn't an art industry in place. I first stepped into this National Theatre space December 1982. That was the year I finished my national service. My professional life has its roots here, because I was employed first as a civil servant. So it was only common for us to finish studying art in the higher institution, and get employment, have a steady income. But the acquisition of that knowledge, put into practical use, wasn't there. I think it was the limit of understanding of what it could contribute to national development because that it's with all modesty that we claim to be one of the pillars of the foundation, because the artist had always been seen within that narrow prism of somebody who was basically an entertainer. Because I know some of our seniors who, when they shared the knowledge at home to their parents and their guardians that they were going to study arts in the 60s and what they encountered, I know of a person whose father watched his hands off his education. It's changing today. Art has opened doors for me too. I've met people I wouldn't have dreamt of meeting in the past, and it's taken us, around the world. Sometimes it's quite pleasing, it's probably more pleasing than being paid, that people reckon with what you're doing. They pay you so much respect. In fact, to some extent, it's almost like a homage, and I'm still not used to it. Sometimes I find it a bit embarrassing. Funny enough, I've been at sometime in the past, I've been at public events and people were discussing me. They didn't even know that was the person beside them. And it gave me an insight into how people feel about what I do, about my brand. And they almost look at you as if you're superhuman, and you'll be wondering how do you maintain that? How do you even surpass whatever you've achieved up to this point? So it's depending on how you take it. And I said, okay, yeah, because I have people I look up to. We have those masters who have achieved some timelessness. Talking of the height of it, Benewo, Yusuf Grillo, who I was privileged to pass through. The Olaku was unknown at the time. We all start out anonymous. You know, it takes time. Today we say that the journey is like a marathon. It's not something. It's not a point you get to overnight. And it's one of the things we're trying to preach to the young women. Look, to establish a veritable brand, it's not a sprint. It takes time, because people only interact with you when they understand the relevance of what you're doing, the fundamental importance of what you have to contribute to national activities. Every artist who became successful at the end of the day, we have a story to tell of those dark early days when sometimes things were so discouraging, almost despondent. You say, okay, let's just trudge on. And one day you get to the light at the end of the tunnel. Still, it doesn't end there. You continue. Because it gets to a point, I always say that getting that to that point of recognition, that relevance, is hard in itself. But to maintain it and grow it further is even more difficult. Because all the years you put in, if not well managed, things could just happen and
Thank you very much. Now we get to the part where we have to engage. As we speak, the primary bidding for all 5 artworks stops in 5 minutes. And the bidding is already going on right now, and some of these pieces are already almost fully subscribed. As we speak right now, bidding is going on the app, and most of the 5 of them are almost fully subscribed in the primary market. So what we'll be doing here today is only the lease option. The lease option is where we bid for someone to take this piece home, okay? Because the split option closes in about 5 minutes. Okay, now less than 5 minutes, okay? So what we'll be seeing here is going to be the lease option. We're starting with the portrait of the beggar. And, oh, sorry, it's even right there. Are we on the lease option? So we're officially bidding for the lease option now. So this is now for the lease option. For anyone who's interested in taking this piece home, if you want it on your wall at home or in your office, wherever you want it, so you can have bragging rights to these, we would like you to start your bid right now. We have it at $120, okay? If nobody bids this bid, someone will be taking this amazing piece home on lease for $120. If you're interested in this piece, I will urge you now to place your bid. We are now in the lease option because the split option is so what we have is $120 for the lease option. So the lease option guarantees you to take this piece away with you for 24 months. For 24 months, you will have the portrait of the beggar with you if you're the one that wins with the highest bid today. So the highest bid we're seeing right now is $120 for the lease option. Mind you, the split option is already ended because it's fully subscribed. All 100,000 units have been fully subscribed. So if you're interested in this piece, please make your bids now. We'll keep refreshing to see if anything has been updated. Please go to your app. If you're interested in taking the Sika, the portrait of the beggar, with you home today, please place your bid. Current bid is $120. I'm hoping to see another bid higher than 120 for the portrait of the beggar. This piece was completed in the year 1994. It's oil on canvas and measures 48.18 cm by 24.13 cm. Can we have the app being refreshed to see if they have another bid? Yes, we have a bid already. We have another bid for $300. We have a new bid for $300 for the portrait of the beggar. For $300, you can have this going home with you today for a period of 24 months. For 24 months, you have this amazing piece with you. Mind you, you have to pay for logistics and insurance. There's a small percentage of that just to ensure that it's safe. Do we have another bid? We have a bid for $300 as we speak. And if it remains like that, this amazing piece will be leaving us for 24 months for $300, and you can have this anywhere you choose. Can we get the bidding going? $300, you can have the portrait of the beggar go home with you if you beat the $300 bid. So we'll be moving on if there's no other bid for this. In the meantime, if you're having any issues funding your wallet, please, we have Charles. Charles, if you could signal. Charles, if you could just raise your hand so they know Charles. And we also have Comfort. Comfort is there. If you're having any issues funding your wallet, you can just indicate to them and they'll be here to assist you. Okay? And officially, I'm going to close this bid for lease at this point. If we don't get something higher in the next 10 seconds, I'll be closing the bid and be proceeding to a lease bid for the next art piece, which is the Death of Honor, which is the one right near by Duke. So we're going in 5, in 4, in 3, at $300. 2, 1. Refresh for the last time to see if we have any other bid. And that's it, gone. Thank you very much. And it goes for $300. We can't say the person's name, but I hope you're here. We have the portrait of the beggar going for $300 on a lease bid for 24 months. Now we'll move to the next art piece, which is the Death of Honor.
I just want to paint. I'm not in for, I just want to do my own work. Authentic. So if it's my work, it's my work. There's no copy from anywhere. There are no repetitions anywhere. There are none. Dukasimere. I think a lot of artists who rap, he's a very hardworking artist. A lot of people will say that for free, Rebel. It's okay to be a rebel. There's nothing wrong in being a rebel, But I think the whole thing about the human is how your heart contacts the next heart. I didn't know I was going to be an artist a lot. Yeah, maybe when I was in secondary school. Yeah, I could draw, I could do all of that. But all through school, I wanted to be a physicist. I wanted to read physics, And my entire dream was just to do the physics first degree, do a second degree, probably do a PhD, and teach in Unilag. After secondary school, went to art school. Well, art school just gives you basic. You see people who are talking off their hair, people are talking from their heart. So then you begin to deal with the content. And as you grow, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, and your 30 plus years of practice, you're asking yourself, heck, what did they even teach me then? I would say,
so the bid for the Death of Honor starts now. The lease bid option for the Death of Honor starts now. I'd like you guys to go to the app and go to the lease option to start bidding for, if you're interested in taking this amazing piece home today.
I come to my studio and I'm asking myself, why not? I keep asking myself, they say you can't do this. Who said so? Who is the owner?
This is oil and canvas from the year 2022.
Goodness.
It measures 96 by 96 inches. And we have a first bid for $100. We have a lease bid for $100 for the Death of Honor. We have another bid for $150 for the lease bid. For the Death of Honor, we have $150. You take this away with you today. Each lease bid is going to be 5 minutes, so we have to punch him really fast. And like the other one, the Portrait of the Beggar, this goes for 24 months on the lease option too. 24 months. And our current leading bid is $150. We are doing the lease bid, so this is the up part where you actually take the artwork home. You take the artwork home for a period of 24 months, and the highest bid so far is $150. What we're bidding for right now is the Death of Honor, which is actually this oil on canvas here. Amazing work by Duke Asidiri. Our top bid is still $150. You get to take this away for 24 months, and you take it away today. We have another bid now for $155. So our new leading bid is $155 for the Death of Honor. We're being fast on this one. We have a few more minutes to close this lease bid and proceed to the next one. The current leading bid is $155. For a period of 24 months, you can have the Death of Honor with you. This is oil on canvas. The size of the canvas is 96 by 96 inches. We have another bid here, a bid for $165. $165 for the Death of Honor. We'll be leaving yours today for 24 months. If you're interested in this artwork, which is the one here to the left, to have it with you for 24 months, please place your bid now. We have it now at the highest bid for $165. $165 is the highest bid we have currently. We'll be closing this bid very soon so we can proceed to the next bid. For those of you interested in a Dosa's bid, or Dosa's artwork, the market day in Dalston, London, that's coming up next. Now we have a superior bid for $170. $170 to take away the Death of Honor by Duke. $170 for a lease bid for 24 months. The current artwork we're bidding for is this amazing piece right here to my left, titled The Death of Honor, oil on canvas, 96 by 96 inches in size. 170. We're about to close the bid. In 2 minutes, we'll be closing the bid. Setting the timer now. In 2 minutes, we're closing the bid on the Death of Honor, which will go away at $170 as it's looking right now for 24 months. If you're interested in this amazing oil on canvas piece and you want to take it home on a lease bid, place your lease bid now for this amazing piece, and the bid stops in 1 minute, and the highest bid is $170. In 50 more seconds, we'll be closing the bid for the Death of Honor. We're spending the bid by another minute because we understand that somebody wants to take this home and is pleading to load her wallet so she can actually bid for this. So whoever you are, we're being very lenient to you. And we have another bid for $200. $200 to take away the death of honor with you tonight. Oil and canvas, 96 by 96 inches. We're believing us today for a period of 24 months. Our highest bid right now is $200. We have a new bid for $250. $250 is now our top bid for the death of honor to leave us today for 24 months. For $250, my time is almost up and I'll start counting down now. We're closing this bid in 50 seconds. We're closing the bid in 50 seconds so we can proceed to the next one. For $250 as our highest bid. If you're having issues funding your wallet, please indicate to Charles or Comfort. They'll be here to help you out. In the meantime, we're looking to close the bid on the death of honor so we can proceed to the next artwork. This one. A market day in Austin. So we see no changes, so we're about to close the bid now. Or it closes in 2 minutes and 16 seconds. The least bid option for this masterpiece closes in 2 minutes. We're closing it in a minute and 42 seconds, and we have another bid for 251. $251. It's a good thing because the person actually decided to supersede. Oh, there's a bid for $300. Someone does it for $300. So AJ, maybe you do 301. We have a bid for $300 that has been placed, and your time is 1 minute now. We're down to 1 minute. At $300, you can have this amazing piece for 24 months, starting for today. The time is down to 50 seconds as we speak. 50 seconds, and this is going to end. If you are trying to be very smart, I would advise you to wait for 20 seconds and press the submit button or place button or the bid button, because the countdown is giving me 30 seconds. $300, this is going away today for 24 months. We're down to 20 seconds. It's a very narrow window if you're interested in this. It's going down to 10 seconds. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that's the end of the bid. For $300, We have the death of honor leaving us today for 24 months. Congratulations. There was a little chair there. Congrats to the winner and the cheerleaders. We move to the next piece, which is Market Day in Dalston, London. We already have the info that what is being sold here is pomo and ugu leaf. And the list bid has commenced already. We already had the highest bid at $410. A Market Day in Dalston, London, which is this piece here, is already having the highest bid of $410. We have $420 for Market Day Dalston. $420. You can have this piece for 24 months. If you really, $422. $422 is the current highest bid. If you have a previous bid on an artwork and you want to place a higher bid, you can cancel your initial bid so you can release your funds to you. Then you can place a higher bid. At the current point, we have $422 for Market Day in Dalston, London. This piece was done in 2017. It's oil and canvas, and it measures 96.52 by 109.3 cm, which is this amazing piece right here. So a real scoop on this is that it was actually done in London and it was brought in. It just got back for this bid. So you'll be honored to have this on your wall. The current highest bid is $422. $422 is the highest bid. And you can have this go with you also for 24 months. TE, if you want to win this bid, whoever TE is, you can cancel your lower bid and go for a higher bid. Better still, you can add your two figures together and just go for a cool $800 and you can win this instantly, I'm very sure. $422 is the current leading bid for a Market Day in Dalston. Again, we have a limited time for each one. And we're paying the time for this to be 7 minutes. And we move to the next one. If you're having issues funding your wallet, please indicate so we can have someone assist you. So this bid is going to close in another 7 minutes. This bid closes in another 7 minutes by my time. So if you're interested in having this piece go home with you today, you need to top the highest bid on the league table of $422. So get on your app, fund your wallet, and start bidding to take Market Day in Dalston, London, with you today. Can we refresh to see if we have a higher bid than 422? This bid closes in 5 minutes. The bid to take away Market Day in Dalston closes in 5 minutes. Again, another piece that's oil and canvas. And this was completed in 2017. Apparently there's a lot of bidding going on and we have a slight system slowdown, but we'll be up to see who's topping the league table for the least bid in a few. We seem to have a lot of traffic, so there's a slight slowdown in the system, but we're projecting very, very soon. But please continue bidding. A slight downtime, but we'll be back up in a bit. And we're back up. So our current highest bid is $450. $450 for Market Day in Dalston, London 2017, where you can have this artwork for 24 months. I think because of the glitch that we had some more time to it, and we extended by a further 5 minutes, so we can close on this Lee's bid. And now we have another bid for $452 on the lease bid option to take away this amazing piece of work. It has been extended by 4 minutes. We have another bid for $453. $454. Do I smell 455? This $1. I know dollar is now 6.73, but I mean, guys, come on. And we have a time of 5 minutes, 20 seconds. And that's because of the temporary glitch that we had. But this is going to go in 5 minutes. Or at least 2 minutes. 2 minutes, 10 seconds. And we're going to wrap this up. $554 is our highest bid right now. $554 is our highest bid to go away with Market Day in Dalston for 24. Oh, 454. I was prophesying. 454, and we have 1 minute and 45 seconds on the clock as a countdown to end this bid option for Market Day in Dalston. After that, we'll be moving to the next one. Euphoria. Now we know the story of this art piece. We know the beauty of the form and the infinite beauty of the piece. Is coming up next. An amazing piece by Eldrag Okoju is up next. Now we have 55 seconds on the clock for Market Day in Dalston. Currently, top bid is $454. $454 is our top bid. We're down to 30 seconds. We're fast timing out on this, and we proceed to the next one. At $454, you will have this. And now we have $455. $455 is a $1 game here. $455, and it's going in 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and the auction has ended at $455. That goes to the winner and the whole cheerleading team. To the winner and the supporters. $455 is our closing lease bid on this amazing piece here, which is a market day in Dalston. Now we move to the next art piece by our drag Okoju. It's called Euphoria. We have been fully educated about this piece today. And it's the biggest piece here today at a size of 167 by 137 centimeters. Now we are doing Euphoria. We have a higher bid of 206 already on Euphoria. We have been educated about this bid today. The circle on top of a circle, the infinite possibilities of the artwork. As we understand that this is a better form and an improvement of what a man is a woman. So we already have 210. We have $500 lease bid option on this piece. We are all feminists. $500 has been placed on Euphoria. We have 8 minutes on this. We have 8 minutes more on this. If you want to take this amazing piece with you today for 24 months, you have to bid higher than $500. And this is the piece in question here right now. This amazing piece, Euphoria. It's the bid, is the artwork we're bidding for. Oil and canvas, like we said, no paintbrush involved, was with knife, and it's done in appreciation of the most beautiful form in the world, the woman. Do we have a higher bid? $600. We have $600 for the lease bid option for Euphoria. $600 is now our top leading bid, as we have now 7 minutes and 15 seconds on the clock. This is the masterpiece that we are bidding for right here today. $600 for you to have this amazing piece with you for 24 months. Oil and canvas, 167 by 137. A piece by El Drag Okoju. We have $700 leading the league right now. $700 on the lease bid option for Euphoria. And we have 6 minutes and 25 seconds on the clock. For $700, you get this masterpiece to go home with you today for 24 months. Do we have a higher bid? If you really want this piece to go home with you, you have to do better than $700, which is currently our top. Oil and canvas, in appreciation of the most beautiful forming the world, the woman. The artwork of the infinite possibilities. $700 as we go down to 5 minutes on the clock to have this amazing piece go home with you for 24 months. Our highest bid is $700. If you want this, you need to get on the app and bid right now. We have a higher bid for $705. $705. Thank God it's not 701. We like the fives better than the ones. $705, and you'll be having this piece go home with you today. Once again, it's Euphoria. This is a piece right here. We have $750. Oh, sorry. $750 is our current highest bid. $750 is our current highest bid. And we're literally down to 4 minutes on the clock. 4 minutes on the clock. We have $750 as the highest bid to go home with Euphoria. Maybe she's making a bid. $750 is our highest bid currently for Euphoria. Oil and canvas, 167 by 137 centimeters size. Oil and canvas by El Drag Okoju, which is this art piece right here. You have literally 3 minutes and 10 seconds on the clock. 3 minutes and 10 seconds. We have 752. At least we're getting twos and not ones. We'll take that. 752 is our highest bid for Euphoria. Please be informed that there's a small percentage for logistics and insurance for this piece. Very, very small percentage just to ensure the piece is secure and there are no damages. A small percentage goes to that. For 752, and we're down to 2 minutes and 10 seconds on the clock. 2 minutes and 10 seconds on the clock for a least bid option for Euphoria. Do I see 760, 770? Maybe we just push up to 800. This is the second to the last piece for the night. We're literally down to 1 minute and 35 seconds at 752 as the highest bid. And now the room is silent. Those that have placed the bid for 752 are watching intensely. And those that are trying to close the bid at a higher point are watching as we go down to 1 minute on the clock. Down to 50 seconds on the clock, and we have $800. $800, and we are down to 43 seconds and 40 seconds. At this point in time, 801 wouldn't save you. As we go down, we'd like to also thank our sponsors for today, Nigeria Breweries through Tiger Beer. We'd like to also thank we have a bid of $800.60. I was very certain that the app didn't accept cents, but I'm shocked. And that it goes to $800.60 because the bid is over, and that's the highest bid, $800.60. Takes away euphoria. The bid is closed at $800.60. That's kind of painful to have lost that by 60 cents. I have nothing to say. At this point in time, I would like to thank our sponsors. Herald. Can we have a representative of Herald to come and say a few words, please? A round of applause for our big member of the VFD group, represented by a very big lady here.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Thank you again to the ARTSPLIT team for giving us the opportunity to, for finding us worthy to be sponsors of the event. I know that we have been taking art home through the lease bids. We're also thinking it might be a very great opportunity to get a new home for your art as well. So at Herald, we're a real estate development and hospitality company, and we have developed premium real estate across different parts of, Lagos, primarily Ikoyi axis, which is very befitting for you. In your to-go packs, you would also see like a copy of our trifold brochure, as well as a bigger brochure that has all the properties we have on the market at the moment. So they vary really. There are apartments, there are land banks, there are 5-bedroom villas as well, and waterfront villas. So the team will be going around after this just to have conversations with you about the apartments. We're very open for you to have a viewing, book a viewing with us, and hopefully you have a new home to put your art pieces. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Please a round of applause for our sponsors, Ariel. So now that you have acquired this amazing piece, it'd be nice to just acquire a property to put the piece in. A piece that is as beautiful, a property that's as beautiful as the piece. And now we'd like to proceed to the last bid for the night, which is the lease bid on the amazing work of Oliver. And this is titled The Rite of Passage. If we can have it on the screen, which is this beautiful piece right here. We're having a bid for the lease option of the Rite of Passage. This piece is actually oil on linen. And the lease bid has commenced, and on the chat right now we have $300 for the rite of passage by Oliver Iwanwu, which is this amazing piece here tonight. Our last and final piece today. Our last and final piece today is the rite of passage. This is oil on linen. It's 101.5 cm by 76.25 cm. And we have a highest bid of $500 on this already. $500 is the highest bid right now. If you want to take this, this is your last chance. If you haven't won a lease bid for any of the pieces today, this is your last chance to win one, because this is the last one we have for the day. By power vested on me, we refuse any bid that has one or points in it. 501, they have come. Our highest bid is $501, and that is for this amazing piece here. It's titled The Rite of Passage. It's oil and linen by Oliver Iwanwu. It's 2002 piece. For $501, you get to have this piece go home with you for 24 months. All right, so we have 8 minutes on this one. It may seem like a lot of time, but it goes really fast. So place your beads for the rite of passage, which is this amazing oil on linen piece by Oliver Iwanwu. 501 is our current highest bid. And we have a higher bid for $520 on the rite of passage. $520. Someone actually said she must take this piece home today. And we are watching. I will advise that you just bid straight for $1,000 FA if you're in the room. Just go straight for a cool 1,000 and no one is around you. If you go a cool 1,000, we will stop it for you, just for you specially. So no one bids 101.6. 520, and we're down to 6 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock at this point in time. The rite of passage, the highest bid is 520, and we're down to 6 minutes and 15 seconds on the clock. It's oil and linen, and it's this beautiful piece right here. And we're still at $520 to take away the rite of passage, and we're down to 4 minutes on the clock. And you know how the time flies and the bids come in. To secure your bid, you need to bid the $520 currently. Please note there's an insurance and small logistics percentage of the artwork. A very small percentage. So 520 is our current highest bid. We're down to 2 minutes and 50 seconds, and we're still at $520 for the least bid option for the rite of passage. If you have not won any least bid today, this is your last chance to win this amazing piece I'm standing beside. Absolutely beautiful. We're down to 2 minutes on the clock, and we still have 520 as our current highest bid. And we have a superior bid for $550. $550 is now topping the highest, is now the highest bid for the rite of passage. $550 for the rite of passage is now the highest bid. We're down to 2 minutes, 20 seconds on the clock right now. Our highest bid is $550 on the least bid option for the rite of passage. As this is the last bid of the night, we'd like to thank our sponsors, Nigerian Breweries, for the amazing Tiger beer we've been enjoying all evening, Whispering Angel champagne that we've had today, and also Harold Properties, a nice place. And Harold, it's a nice place for you to take your art piece to. You buy an art piece. You can also buy a house to keep your art piece. We thank you to all sponsors. And our bid is still $550, and we're down to 1 minute and 15 seconds on the clock. A minute We're down to a minute. Down to 60 seconds on the clock now. And the highest bid is $550. If you haven't won any bid today, this is your last chance to take one home with you. We're down to 50 seconds now for a rite of passage. Do we get a higher bid in the closing seconds? Once this is over, I would like to call on Charles and Muiwa, who are going to talk to us about trading your art piece in the secondary market right after this. But we're literally down to 15 seconds on the clock, and the highest bid is still $550. 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second, and it is over. Our highest bid for today was $550 for the rite of passage right here. We have a winner to take away this amazing piece. Effie, are you the winner? She said she was taking it home and she took it home. Yes, we love it. Please, can I have Charles, please, and we will talk to us about ARTSPLIT and trading the secondary market.
Thank you, thank you. A big congratulations to all the winners, all the split winners, and the winners of the lease contracts. A big congratulations to you, and just want to give you a bit of opportunity to tell you that we have focus sessions every Saturday by 4 p.m. where we talk about how you can trade your artwork in the secondary market. You could see that some of us who are winners here in the split contract, you want to ask, how do you want to make money? How do you want to navigate through the app? So we have those sessions every Saturday by 4 p.m. We're going to push out those messages to everyone, and then we'll get across to you through push messages where the venue and time. And we can only make this work by talking about it, coming together. Please, you're all invited. We have that time for you at Boardroom Apartments at the rooftop bar, 4 p.m. at Prince Adedoyin Ikate, just that down the road at Mercedes-Benz. So 4 p.m. on Saturday, let's make it a date. We'll be sending out those messages on how to make money using ARTSPLIT. Thank you very much. Thank you for the time.
Thank you very much, Charles. So like I did say, that's the part that interests me the most, how to make money. If you do not understand the art part of it, understand the money part of it. And that's our final bid for today. Thank you to our sponsors, Tiger Beer, Whispering Angel, and Herald, for making sure this was a successful evening. And I hope that for those of us that have won something, we're more than happy to take these masterpieces home to our homes or to our office, whichever way it is. And thank you for being part of this. I'd like to, at this point, Muiwa, I'd like to call on Muiwa to give us our closing remarks today. Muiwa is trying to hide behind. You must come out. Our final lease bid today is Muiwa. This is a live bid. You can take this one home with you if the bid is right. I'm just kidding. For someone's wife.
Timmy will bid. $1 million. The money take me home. All right. Hello, everyone.
Please,
hello, one house, please, everyone. So, I want to, on behalf of ARTSPLIT.
Thank you very much. Can we have one room?
Hello,
please?
Can we have one room? One house, please. Thank you. Yeah, on behalf of ARTSPLIT. And all the artists who believe in us and have put up their works here. Agbejon Laku, Duke Asidere, Edosa, Eldrag, and Oliver. We want to say thank you to everyone who had been a part of this. This auction started about 2 weeks ago, and today we are here to close it. It's quite interesting seeing how all these works are actually oversubscribed, and at the end of the day, we have people taking all these pieces to their homes. We thank you for believing in us as ARTSPLIT and coming out to be a part of this. Thanks to our sponsors, Ariel. We thank Nigerian Bureaus for Tiger Bear, and also Moet NSC for Whispering Angels. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming. We also congratulate everyone who had won all these beautiful pieces. We hope they're going to take pictures of these works and share it on your timeline on ARTSPLIT, on all your social platforms, telling the people how you actually won these exciting and beautiful works from ARTSPLIT. We want to say thank you to everyone. And at this point, I'm saying peace out. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Rora. Thank you very much, everyone. Please make sure you have your brochure so you can take this away with you and learn more about this app if you do not know it. And by all means, join us on Saturday at the Boardroom Apartment so you can learn how to monetize with the app. Okay? Thank you very much. I am Maya Tafo. Have a great evening. Do not go. You can mingle, network until the next live event. Have a good evening.
ARTSPLIT is an arts trading technology company that enables one buy into investment-grade African art by blending digital technology and the experience of a global network of experts. Anyone can have full ownership or own shares of prestigious African artworks tradable in real time using the ARTSPLIT app. It is an interactive space that provides users with access to sign up, participate in live auctions, bids, trades, portfolio management, as well as access to invest and lease African artworks. The app also provides social engagement functions such as community building amongst users. With ARTSPLIT, you can invest in an artwork either in the primary market, which involves creating, viewing, searching, and bidding art listings in various categories, or in the secondary market, which allows buying, selling, viewing, trading arts in various asset categories. The exciting social features allows users to create and view posts, like and comment on posts, search and view and follow masters, creators, and splitters timelines. Also, the term splits or units is used by ARTSPLIT to represent a fraction of the artwork, which can be owned by a user through auction and is managed as an asset within their portfolio. To purchase art, you can bid for an artwork in auction on the primary market. By selecting your preferred artwork, input the number of splits you want and the value you would like to buy them for. For full ownership of an artwork, you need to select one that has 100,000 splits available for auction and bid for all 100,000 splits. On the ARTSPLIT platform, there is only one method of payment: the funds that are in your ARTSPLIT wallet. Withdrawals, transfers using the ARTSPLIT wallet are possible and convenient, and account upgrades are automatic. ARTSPLIT Limited is a private limited liability company incorporated under the laws of several federal republics, including Nigeria, Ghana, and the United Kingdom. ARTSPLIT's portfolio of iconic works and artists strongly positions anyone to gain from the arts market by being granted accessibility, ease of trade, and the ability to earn dividends on your owned assets. You can install the app by searching ARTSPLIT on Google Play Store for Android users or the App Store for iOS devices and install the app. For web users, you can visit www.artsplit.com. After installation, you can open an ARTSPLIT account using social logins, for instance, Google, Facebook, or simply enter your preferred name, email address, and password. Trading, listing of artwork, account funding, purchasing, and more features are only accessible after a user has registered by creating an account with a password. To validate your account, you need to complete your phone number and email address verification and complete your KYC. So what are you waiting for? Join the ARTSPLIT community, download the app now, and start trading.